Good morning to each and everybody. Now I am going to discuss about some efforts of the special theory of relativity. The special theory of relativity was a critical and well suitable explanation of our existing universe. The whole system of classical mechanics was suddenly changed after the establishment of the special theory of relativity. The special theory of relativity consists of many theoretical results and empirical findings obtained by A. Michelson, H. A. Lorentz, Henry Poincare, H. Minkowski, and others. But in a well suitable form, it was proposed by Albert Einstein in 1905. Einstein was not sure for the name special relativity. Of course, this adds a new episode in our scientific world. In the words of Andrew Whittaker, if I were to ask a number of people in the street what they think has been the most important new theory in physics this century and who was the pillaring personality in physics of this century, then I am fairly sure that of those able to express an opinion of all a substantial majority would say that relativity has been the greatest theory and Einstein the greatest physicist. Indeed, Albert Einstein had probably achieved the remarkable feat of not just becoming the best known practitioner of any branch of science among the general public, but retaining that position for 75 years, 40 of these years since his death in 1955. This was the statement delivered by Andrew Whittaker. And regarding our continuation, we have no hesitation to say that theory of relativity is a natural scientific theory. The whole theory consists of the two parts, between which one part is special relativity, the other part is related with the problem of gravity and is known as the general theory of relativity in 1916. The general theory of relativity is a theory of gravitation, while the special theory of relativity does not consist the idea of gravitation. A special theory of relativity is thus for flat space-time, whenever the general theory of relativity deals with a curved space-time relativistic universe. A critical test to check the bending of light from various stars as it passed the Sun was undertaken by a team under Sir Arthur Eddington on the island of Principle during the solar eclipse of 1919. The news that not only did the bending take place, but the amount agreed with Einstein's predictions was bound to make his position at the head of the community of physicists unassailable. Also, and much more surprisingly, it made him famous among ordinary people across the world. Einstein's special theory of relativity explains the null result of the Michelson-Morley experiment. And we all are already familiar with the notion that Michelson-Morley experiment was an experiment to detect the position of ether which was not found during the experiment. In an ordinary way, we say that the special theory of relativity concludes that all its units define always in a relative sense. Einstein proposed a fundamental condition on physics which is known as the principle of relativity and which states that all the laws of physics must be the same in all inertial frames of reference. Of course, the second monumental postulate of the special theory of relativity is the principle of constancy of the velocity of light or speed of light, according to which the speed of light is c in all inertial frames of reference. The postulate explains the Michelson-Morley result. Light travels explains the Michelson-Morley result. The speed of light c is uniform and homogeneous along every path of the interferometer, so there is no phase difference between different light paths and hence no change in interference pattern when the apparatus is rotated. In a very interesting way, Einstein produced his special theory of relativity using the concepts of the following physical units: observer, uniform speed relative to the speed of light, spatial units, and temporal units. The five aspects of science changed the way of classical, that is Newtonian mechanics, and introduced the rectified mechanics, which was mainly introduced by Dr. Albert Einstein. A special relativity deals with an explanation for the question that how speed affects mass, time, and space. This theory includes a way for the speed of light to define the relationship between energy and matter. The theory of special relativity explains that small amounts of mass, that is small m, can be interchangeable with enormous amounts of energy, which is denoted by capital E. A special relativity applies to special cases. It is a remarkable line that relativity under special cases denotes the verification of the name special relativity. It is mostly used when discussing huge energies, ultra fast speeds, and astronomical distances, all without the complication of gravity. The postulates of special relativity can be expressed very succinctly using the mathematical languages of pseudo-Riemannian manifolds. The theory of Galilean relativity is the limiting case of special relativity, that is, the case when the velocity of light tends to infinity, which is sometimes referred to as the non-relativistic limit. And in this way, a new and critical explanation of our visible world was presented by that monumental personality of knowledge who was in the shape of Dr. Albert Einstein, and unbelievable, unthinkable, and anyway to explain each and every aspect of space and time, this theory was so adopted that it became under the condition of a special theory of relativity and is very popular, which is already experimentally verified. And this theory also rotates to quantum mechanics and unification of the world. In this episode, we end to say that all things which are relative, in a general sense, we can say that the thing which can never be compared is absolute, and the thing which may be compared with respect to anyone is known as relative thing. That is, in this unit we have to compare the two observers s and s dash, where s dash is always moving with the uniform velocity, and hence the system of the classical mechanics and the findings of the classical mechanics were wholly changed after the introduction of the two special theory relativistic postulates. Thanks.